My favorite subjects at school right now are English, history, and anthropology. I want to study child psychology when I go off to college. City College is a really good school. It's basically a college prep. I know that when I get to college that the assignments that I'm doing right now are basically what I'll be doing when I get there. I was born with sickle cell SC disease, and that's basically where some of my blood cells weren't created properly. They're formed in a sickle shape, like a half crescent moon. Basically, a thing that happens is with sickle cell, you get these things called pain crises. And one thing that causes a pain crisis is cold weather. If there's a significant drop in temperature and I'm in that temperature for a long period of time, it will send me into a pain crisis. And that's why it was bad when Baltimore City couldn't afford heating in all of the schools because it was freezing, and it was freezing in city, it was freezing in all the classrooms, and at that time we had 1 hour classes, so I was just sitting in one class for 1 hour throughout the day for 6 periods. Last year when it was the heating problems, it caused the worst crisis that I've ever had with my leg. It got so bad that usually a crisis only lasts 3 to 5 days. This one lasts 6 to 7 days. Another thing about sickle cell is that I'm in a constant state of dehydration, so I always have to have a water bottle on me or else I'll pass out from dehydration. So it gets really hot in the summertime, but that's easier to deal with because I can just drink a bottle of water and like cool myself down. But in the wintertime, there's only so much you can do with the layers that you have on for that day. Because at City we have lead in the water pipes, we have to use water coolers, and there are 3 water coolers on each floor. We only have 5 minutes to get to each class, and it will be like, I gotta get water before the beginning of class. And it's just like, all right, you're on the first floor. There are no water coolers on the first floor. You gotta go all the way up to the 3rd floor, or you gotta go all the way down to the basement just to fill your water bottle. I don't believe that the conditions of the school is the fault of any faculty or staff. In fact, they try their hardest to make the environment as comfortable as they can. They have rules where we can't eat in classrooms so that no mice come around, or they have heaters, or they buy their own air conditioners because they know how uncomfortable the classrooms could be. It kind of makes me angry because I know that not everybody in the state is dealing with the same thing. So I feel like if they could put every school on a level playing field, it could help boost our academics, because if we're getting pulled out of school every day in the winter because it's too cold, and if we're getting released every day in the summer because it's too hot, it takes away from people's learning that they actually need. And then they're adding more days to the end of the school year because they had to take us out of the schools. I would like our leaders to know that students in Baltimore also have a dream, and just because some of us aren't rich enough to have those dreams come true doesn't mean that they should be taken away from us. I want to study to be a child psychologist when I go to college. I know some of my friends are trying to be doctors or lawyers or judges, but the fact that we go to a Baltimore City school and the fact that we don't have heating or air conditioning or all this funding takes away from those dreams, and it makes it harder for people to want to go to college because they know how hard it is for them. So I just want the elected leaders to know that just because we don't go to a private school or just because we don't live out in the county, we do still have dreams that we want to accomplish.